Today, we are diving deep into the cosmos to count down 9 absolute monsters, black holes so mind-bogglingly huge, they actually start to challenge what we think we know about the universe. These things aren't just big, they're physics-breaking. So let's get into it.
It's a pretty fundamental question, isn't it? We know black holes grow by swallowing up stars and gas. But can they grow forever? Is there a point where the universe just says, nope, you're big enough?
Well, it looks like some black holes just didn't get the memo. The ones we're about to see are cosmic rule breakers, giants that are making astronomers go back to the drawing board on how galaxies even form in the first place. So let's count them down, from the unimaginably huge to the downright impossible.
All right, kicking off our list at number 9, we've got a black hole that starts bending the rules right out of the gate. This is the supermassive black hole hiding in the galaxy NGC 1600. Now, its mass is just staggering, about 17 billion times the mass of our sun. But that's not the weird part. The real puzzle is where it is. It's sitting in a pretty average kind of sparse galaxy. Finding a black hole this big in a galactic neighborhood like that, it's like finding a blue whale in a backyard swimming pool. It just makes no sense.
Moving up the list to number 8, we have a former champion, a true giant that once held the top spot.
Say hello to the beast at the heart of the Coma cluster, NGC 4889. Weighing in at 21 billion suns, this thing was considered one of the biggest black holes we knew of for years. It's really a great example of how fast this science is moving. What was once the heavyweight champion is now just a stop on our way to even crazier discoveries.
Okay, at number 7, we take a massive leap in scale. We're now dealing with one of the most powerful engines in the entire universe.
S50014 plus 81 is an absolute monster. At 40 billion solar masses, it's almost double the size of our last one. This black hole is the engine behind a quasar, which is basically a super bright galactic core. It's feeding so aggressively on everything around it that the light from its meal completely outshines all the stars in its own galaxy combined.
Now for number 6. And while its mass is actually a little less than the last one, believe me, its raw power is absolutely off the charts.
This is H1821 plus 643, a 30 billion solar mass black hole about 3.4 billion light years away. We know it's there because of the insane jets of high-energy X-rays it's blasting out into space. That's the unmistakable sign of a supermassive black hole having a giant cosmic feast.
So, everything we've seen so far, that's just been the warm-up act. The scale is about to get ridiculous. The black holes we've already talked about are there on the left of this chart. The ones we're about to get to, yeah, they're on a totally different level. Coming in at number 5 is the dark, beating heart of the single largest galaxy we've ever found.
The galaxy, IC 1101, is just a titan stretching 6 million light-years across. It's almost impossible to get your head around that. And at its center, a black hole so enormous that our best guess for its mass is somewhere between 40 billion and a mind-melting 100 billion times the mass of our sun. The fact that the margin of error is 60 billion suns tells you just how extreme this thing is.
All right, next up at number 4, we have a black hole that isn't just massive, it's a gravitational bully.
So the black hole in Holm 15A clocks in at a hefty 40 billion suns. But what's really strange is the empty space around it. The center of its galaxy is eerily barren. There are hardly any stars. The leading theory is that this black hole's gravity is so intense, it has literally thrown countless stars right out of the galactic core over billions of years. It's cleared its own neighborhood.
We have officially reached the top 3. These are the ultramassive titans, the ones that truly push the boundaries of physics. TON 618 is so big, it needed its own special category, ultramassive. At 66 billion solar masses, it is one of the most massive black holes we've ever been able to measure directly. It's powering a quasar so bright that it shines with the light of 140 trillion suns. I mean, how do you even comprehend a number like that?
And now for our runner-up, an object that, until pretty recently, many thought was the undisputed king of the cosmos.
The black hole at the center of the Phoenix cluster is estimated to have a mass of 100 billion suns. Just let that sink in. 100 billion. This isn't just a black hole anymore. It's the gravitational anchor for a whole cluster of galaxies, and it sits inside the most powerful X-ray emitting region we know of. Its energy output is just colossal.
So what in the world could possibly be bigger than 100 billion suns? What takes the number 1 spot? Well, the answer isn't a single object, but a whole new frontier for us.
That's right.
The number one spot on our list goes to the candidates, the possible black holes out there that are so big and so far away, they exist right at the edge of what we can even see, let alone measure.
We know these things are probably out there because we can see the light from their quasars from clear across the observable universe. Some of our models suggest they could be even bigger than Phoenix A, but they're so far away that getting a direct measurement is just impossible with today's tech. We are literally looking back to the dawn of time, trying to measure the unmeasurable.
And that leaves us with this final, kind of awe-inspiring thought. Every single object on this list was just a theory at one point. Now we know they're real. So if these impossible giants exist, it really forces you to ask, what other fundamental rules of the universe are just waiting for us to discover?